welcome to Mediawipe Discovery, everybody. This is our little sub-series from the traditional Mediawipe show. With that one, it's more of like a video-oriented thing. We're kind of here just to focus on some of the, not only the found media, but the songs in this. Today I am joined by my co-host,
Xavier. Howdy.
And we think we got a pretty fun setup for you guys today. So, without further ado, I'm going to explain how this show works. So, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to explain the story on how one of these songs is found, and then we're going to play that song for you. That way, you guys can kind of get a grasp on what we've been searching for. Now, some of these songs are honestly definitely going to be worth like finding than others. Especially our last one today. It's been in the work for 15 years now?
I believe so.
But yeah. Let's begin today with a little song by the name of Death Metal by Panchico. So our story begins on 4chan, which is, that's always a good start, in 2016 when an anonymous user stumbled upon a copy of a strange CD in his local charity shop, which I'm pretty sure a charity shop's like a Goodwill, things like that. He quickly bought it for less than $1 and then just ripped it, put it on the internet. Now, while a lot of people enjoyed it, it was still a pretty mixed reception because there were some users who thought it was, something that they made and they were just using that story for self-promotion. Though it was notably disc-rotted, making it sound kind of corrupted or distorted. The search for this, pristine version was popularized by a YouTube upload, which gained 200,000 views, and needless to say, definitely garnered more interest for the song. Biggest break came in January 19th of 2020, when users tracked the CD barcode to an Oxfam shop in Sherwood, Nottingham. This led users to search for people in the area based on the first names on the back of the album cover, and 2 days later, they found the lead singer. Once contacted, he got two of the other guys to discuss the band's unprecedented popularity. A former band member named Wright tasked himself with finding a high-quality rip of the CD for the people, and for a while, he was having a tough time. They had to search and search. And eventually, one of his friends just came out and was like, I may or may not have had a perfectly pristine copy this entire time and didn't tell anyone. And yeah, that was eventually ripped, which was in much better condition and didn't have any disc rot whatsoever. Now, using this friend's copy, he not only remastered all the tracks on the album, but also added a couple tracks from one of the other bands he was in. Which, that's going to be pretty neat to listen to. So what do you think about this story, Xavier? How do you feel about the search?
I think it's impressive. It first starts in a small town charity shop, quickly explodes into an internet sensation, and now they found the band, and the band is now thriving.
My question is, how it got to a local charity shop, because from what I know, it was nowhere near Nottingham. This was completely a different location. So how did this, underground band's record somehow just make it to the local Goodwill?
That's a great question. My guess is from people moving away from the area that it originates from, and, just losing interest of it over time and donating it away.
That's fair enough, but at the same time, if you would think if it was somebody's friend, they would hold on to it. My other guess is going to be either they had a falling out, so they put it at a local charity store and be like, this is the end of our friendship, or it was just somebody who used to be into this local band, picked up their CD, found it years later, and was like, I'll just give it to Goodwill, I don't listen to it anymore.
Well, that's a bit weird because when the original CD was found at the shop, it wasn't years and years after the original release. It was decently after, but not years and years
It
after.
was only like a little under 15 years.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is, I'm surprised that it got so disc rotted in that time to the point where it sounded, so distorted with its original upload.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't really know what disc rot is, I can explain that because it's not a very common thing. I actually learned what it was through this. It's when, like, discs become unreadable because of chemical deterioration, which happens a lot. I actually have a game cartridge, or not cartridge, disc, which has been disc rotted. I could bring it in sometime, or put a picture of it on here in editing to
Oh, wow.
show you what it kind of looks like. And honestly, I'm surprised that they were able to rip anything up from it, frankly. Because once something starts like disc rotting, it can just get bad incredibly quickly.
Oh, wow.
Like it can become unreadable pretty soon. So I'm wondering, like, how long it was actually disc rotting. Like, it doesn't really seem like it had been more than like a year or something like that. Now, when they found it, I was surprised that the first band member they contacted wasn't the one that was like looking to restore it. It was one of the guys that he contacted from the original band. If I remember correctly, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think it was their like drummer.
I think it was.
Yeah, and he put in this great amount of searching and effort and trying to get this remastered, which we commend you for, right? If you're listening to this, you are awesome for that. We get to appreciate some of your work, and as always, it's amazing.
It really is.
Now, I do have to ask, why the friend didn't just come forward immediately when they heard about, like, they were searching for it? Which, to be fair, I mean, it wasn't really that well known for a very long time, but if you know there's a search for it, why wouldn't you just be like, oh yeah, I have a perfect copy that you guys have been looking for a while, rather than just like waiting straight up 4 years just to be like, well, I might have it.
Well, maybe because the internet's so large that this was just a tiny corner of it, so information didn't spread to the band members.
Right.
And my second guess would be that he didn't know he had it until he stumbled upon it one day and just ran with it.
Yeah. Now this band, once we show you guys the song, they've got a very unique sound. It's kind of a blend of like lo-fi and post-pop. Like, it's really real chill kind of vibe. And ever since this, I've actually become a pretty big fan of Panchico. They actually have a concert on June 4th, which I am like saving money up for right now to go attend. Which, if I can go, that's going to be really, really cool. I'm really stoked that I was able to find one of my most recently like favorite bands through an internet mystery that I started looking to for this show. Like, already this show has just started, and I've already got like a really good memory out of it, which I certainly think was pretty neat. Now back to the original like theories we were crafting for how this ended up there. Another thing is, like, maybe a record store or like a Radio Shack, like a local Radio Shack was shutting down because you got to remember, Radio Shack doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So like maybe a local record store or distributor was like, all right, we got to get rid of the inventory somehow. Let's just throw it into Goodwill. Somebody might find it there. Which I think is equally as likely as just somebody being like, this friendship is over, I'm throwing your record in Goodwill. Really, the whole thing is just kind of messy when it comes to that.
I don't think we'll ever be able to know what truly happened.
Mm-hmm.
We could sit here all day guessing about whatever may have happened, but what we do know is what happened and is public knowledge at this point.
Yeah. And I was also pretty shocked that they found the guys in Nottingham like 2 days after they put the barcode in. Though I will say, some of them do have some very peculiar names. Like Wright was the guy's first name. That was not his last. That was his first name. So I mean, I guess it might have been a little easier from that, but still, that I appreciate the efficiency.
I always have to commend the internet people for being so determined to find very, very niche information.
Yeah. Now, what you guys are about to hear in, I don't know, soon, we are going to be showing you guys one of my personal favorite songs I have ever heard. This is going to be Death Metal by Panchico. I hope you guys enjoy.
She's forgotten her car keys and the flowers for her friends. They say she's a heartbeat, but she is on a mess. 'Cause you're holding on to someone who's special, educating someone who's mental, giving the fat pigs a facial. We all listen to death metal. He's completely He's in with the rockers, but it's not to a taste. 'Cause you're holding on to someone who's special, educating someone who's mental, giving the fat pigs a facial. We all listen to death metal. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Alright, and that was Death Metal by Panchico. I hope you guys really enjoyed it like I did. Now, we're going to kind of pass it over to Xavier for our next topic, which is going to be Sanctity, also known as Paragon by Nukemount. I think this is going to be a search that you guys are going to enjoy. It's pretty fun. Go ahead.
All right, so on May of 2020, a post was made on Reddit in the subreddit of Tip of My Tongue, looking for the name of a song that they believed to be from the late 90s and early 2000s. It was linked to an unknown song on YouTube that was posted on July 1st of 2016. The original poster of the video claimed that the song was used in a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle from their friend that is now a lost video itself.
Yeah, so that'll be another Mediawipe topic at some point, probably. Pokemon Wi-Fi battle that was mentioned in something on the podcast that you have to tie into.
But at first it was thought to be an obscure cell dweller of the Soft Moon release. It was posted across multiple other subreddits to broaden the search, along with a Discord being made to find the song. It was called Sanctity because of some of the lyrics in the middle of the song, but they didn't know what its name was at the time, so that was just really a guess. After a pretty lengthy list of guesses that they thought the song was from, none of them seemed to match. So everything kind of just seemed hopeless for a while until a post on Twitter of some of the lyrics being found. Unfortunately, the user who posted the tweet started blocking everyone who liked it, commented, or started asking any questions about it.
That's a little suspicious, just to be quite frank. I mean, if you're posting lyrics to a song on Twitter and then somebody's like, "Hey, what are these from?" and you're just like, "Nope, block." That's a little weird.
And well, so the people in the Discord thought they found the band that released it, called Green Audio, but that was not true. It wasn't by them, and they tried contacting them, but they confirmed that they did not make it. However, a post on
August 13th of 2020 on the Discord was soon made, and they strangely claimed that they thought Sanctity was going to be solved soon, which they were right. Exactly a week later, it was found by Reddit user Dewey the Sea Mole. It was found by putting the lyrics "Waiting for Darkness to Rise Again" into a website called Yandex, which brought up the song's original upload on Newgrounds from 2009. Now, what I'm pretty sure Yandex does is it's a website where you can put in like lyrics or anything like that, and it'll find the earliest kind of posting of those lyrics, and that led us straight to the song. Now, there is unfortunately a sad ending to this, and Xavier's gonna elaborate.
Unfortunately, Nukemount passed away in 2018 from stomach cancer. His wife commented on the original YouTube upload of the song, claiming that the song was made so bassy so that she could hear it, because she was mostly deaf.
Honestly, this story, I at first I thought this was gonna have like a happy ending. Oh, they're gonna re-release the song. Everything's gonna be okay, and then they just kind of kick you in the nuts with the ending of it. It's honestly really sad. I grieve, to be honest, in a way, because I was actually in this Discord server while they were searching for it. I wasn't very active. I just kind of lurked, looking for where this search would go, and it kind of resolved at a time where I was already not feeling the best, and then they were like, boom, he's not here anymore, which that was a little soul crushing for a while, I'm not gonna lie. Now, what do you think about the prophetic post that was a week before that they found it?
I think it was another case of the random person on the internet being gifted knowledge of the future for some apparent reason. kind of
Which-
comedic in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like strangely common. Like that one guy on Reddit a few years ago who was like posting results to certain WrestleMania matches, which was like what 2015, 2014. That'll be its own rabbit hole for another episode. But yeah, honestly, the mysterious poster predicting the future is kind of I wouldn't say trope, but it's a thing that happens pretty frequently. The other thing I wanted to discuss with you is how do you feel about the Twitter post that posted the lyrics?
My guess is that Twitter user was in a phase. They were obsessed with the song or the person making it, but they grew out of the phase and kind of felt embarrassed and didn't really want that phase to follow them around for years after.
Yeah, the other theory I have is a lot kind of sadder, and that's maybe the user was like a friend of the guy who made the song, and then when he passed, he didn't want to talk about it anymore because because his friend passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a hard subject. Which, if that's true, my deepest condolences. But I think it's significantly less likely than you'll never understand me like having a phase. The Twitter user thing is never going to stop being weird to me, because why would you post lyrics that are towards an ongoing investigation, which they likely knew about, and then every time somebody even likes the tweet or like messages you, blocked? I mean, I kind of get not wanting to be spammed, but at the same time, it's just still a little strange. What do you think, Xavier?
I definitely think it's weird, but tying back into the guess that the original Twitter user knew the person, I find it sad that the song was used to make the original song creator's wife being able to hear his music.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds happy and joyful at first, but after hearing his sad demise, it kind of just like makes you feel sad. It hurts you in the stomach.
Yeah. On that sad note, we're gonna respect Nuke Mount's work by giving you guys a little taste of his wonderful song here. This is gonna be Paragon by Nuke Mount, and for his sake and mine, I hope you guys enjoy. And that was Paragon by Nukemount. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was on my playlist for, I want to say, like 2 to 3 years. But now we're going to move towards something a little older and one of the most anticipated finds in internet history. This is the story of Subways of Your Mind by Fex, also known as the most mysterious song on the internet. Now, it was first uploaded to spiritofradio.ca in 2007 by Blue with 3 U's, who claimed that he recorded it from a German radio station between 1982 and 84. It originally received, little to no information or attention, and many false flags in terms of bands began to crop up as it gained popularity over the course of 15 years. Eventually, this year, just a couple of months ago, this mystery was solved by user Marahine1412, who found an old news article through archives of an annual German music festival named Hörerfest, which was a festival throughout the 80s to promote local German bands. And this article was about a band called Fex, who had a band member from another band he was investigating, which was named Fret Band, by the name of Michael Heydrich. He contacted the now 68-year-old Michael, and Michael replied and sent him not only Subways of Your Mind, but a bunch of other songs he made with Fex and his other band. This is how Subways of Your Mind was found, and honestly, I'm surprised that it took this long. I mean, at first, it really seemed like we were going to find it very quickly, but as the years kind of dragged on, it was like more and more bands with, pop and wave influences would show up that sounded darn near identical, and then they wouldn't be they wouldn't be the band. They'd contact somebody. Honestly, if he didn't find that article like this year, I think this might have made it to a full 20 years. What do you think, Xavier?
I think it's just really surprising. This is another song that was originally promoted as a local song for like radios.
Right.
But moved over and has been found in different locations to then become an internet sensation over time, and it would kind of just inspired its own subculture. The search for it, it's like a niche corner of a larger community.
Yeah, there's even a full subreddit for it called, I think it was like r/the mysterious song, which I would check in on like every few months for probably since I was like about 9 or 10 years old, because it was a really interesting mystery to me since then. That's kind of what sparked my like interest in lost media to begin with, was the mysterious song on the internet. So I credit this song, Subways of Your Mind by Fex, to be the reason that Mediawipe exists today. And honestly, I'm very mixed on the song being found, because on one hand, it's great that we know who it's by now, and this mystery can finally come to an end. But on the other hand, I kind of don't want it to. I mean, I've spent a good amount of my life. I mean, I'm 17 now. I spent a good amount of my life, checking in on this, seeing how it's going, seeing, false lead after false lead. And I never got hopeless, though. I always thought, it's going to be found someday. And when it was, it just kind of felt like, oh, there's no more mystery, Well, I'm happy that it's here. Like, I really enjoy the song, especially the remastered cut. It just kind of leaves an empty pit in my stomach now, because there's nothing for me to look for in that kind of regard anymore. And now I have to find a new, hyper-focus, I guess is the best word for it. Hyper-focus in the Lost Media community, which is not going to be that hard realistically, but I'm going to have to grapple with this for a while. What do you think, Xavier?
I think that's an interesting feeling, because it's always something that you've had, but not really, because it's the missing something that you had. And it's such a weird feeling when something is finally found. Like, you had this problem that you could kind of be comfortable over, of knowing that you had something, but now that it's been found and that mystery and spark is gone, you kind of just you're just kind of empty. You don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, it's like how there's a phrase that I heard in a game when I was a lot younger, which is, the thrill of the chase is a lot more entertaining than the payoff. And I really think that applies to this situation, because this mystery has been going on for longer than I've been alive, and it's united people throughout the internet. Like, friends have been made over this mystery. There are probably people who are married that met over this mystery. And so I think that now that it's gone, it just kind of broken up this feeling of community that we've had. And now, there's still going to be a Lost Media community. It's just that one of our big mysteries is solved, so that means there's probably going to be some people tuning out. And honestly, it's bittersweet. It's very bittersweet. Though, after this decade-long search, I think it's only fair that I give you guys the right to listen to this song yourselves. So, without further ado, this is Subways of Your Mind by Fex. Enjoy. from that amazing song by Fex, Subways of Your Mind. And before we, move on to, unfortunately, our outro, we have one more note to add, and that's the copyright of these songs. I'm pretty sure none of these are copyrighted, so if you want to use them in your videos and things like that, you can. The reason I say that I'm pretty sure these aren't copyrighted is because if we got copyright claims way earlier in the search, these would have been found years ago. Like, these songs probably... Like, for example, take Subways of Your Mind. Like, say if the first YouTube upload got copyrighted, we would have solved this back in, 2012. So if you want to use these songs in your videos and things like that, go ahead. Since they're not copyrighted, I think it's best to keep them out there that way. Keep the memory of the search alive. So, yeah, if you enjoy these songs, use them as you will. And, unfortunately, this brings us to the end of our show. We hope you enjoyed this time of reflection and this time of, this time of search. I hope you guys enjoy, and, keep your head on a swivel and stay smart.